Hey guys, it's Fallendice, and welcome to episode 3 of my adventures on the BurpCraft server. Uh, I wish I could. I wish I was putting out a another BuildCraft LP, but again, my week's been pretty rough since the wife's got home, so doing stuff with the family and things. And then of course this weekend is BlizzCon. I wish it was BlizzCon. No, Comic-Con. Um, and not that that's not a fun thing to do as well. But so yeah, so I've been doing that as well. One of the perks of living in San Diego, don't have to worry about travel plans or hotels or things of that nature. You can just enjoy it at home. And then when you're done, you go home and you sleep in your own bed. So anyway, so I figured what I would do is I would put out an episode here from the BurpCraft server, show you what I've been doing, the progress I've been making, and I think we'll go take a small little trip through the Nether, and I'll show you some of the community things that we've done here. Won't go into anyone's base yet because there's really nobody on to record with, and I kind of like to have them there when I do the tours of their bases so they can point out things. So one of the things I have done is I was getting tired of trying to do things in here and then having to run all the way back to my storage area and then all the way back or all the way up to the cabin, all the way up to my dirt hut. So I've now moved everything down here. And I've got it in my nice OCD. Everything's nice and neatly organized. So nice. Lots of wood. Um, Normally I even put signs, but signs wouldn't really fit in here. So, and you eventually you kind of memorize where everything is. Makes it easy to find stuff. So, anyway, still got lots of sand. Lots of sand. That's the thing too. So I may have to go down to the generator again and do some more because everything in this base is made with sand. And I've only got about another week or so, maybe 2 weeks, I guess, before the sand generator is broken, and then it'll be a little bit more difficult to continue on with what I'm doing down here without spending hours farming sand. Not that I wouldn't do it, but when I don't have to, eh, why? Um, so up here, I've added another thing. Well, first of all, I got rid of all the chests and the furnaces that were up here. And speaking of furnaces, the furnaces are up there now. I'll show you that in a sec. But I had this big empty area. And I had initially thought, way back in the day that I would kind of make this match the rest of it. But someone told me that it actually kind of looked cool, the contrast of this coming up to here. And I agreed. It did look kind of cool. So, but I needed something up here as a focal point. And with the amount of space I have there, a statue doesn't really work so well. So I figured an entrance to something would be cooler. Now I haven't actually built anything behind here. And I haven't decided what I'm going to build back there. But I may actually have this go into um, what'll be kind of like one of the jungle ruins from the 1.3 update. I'll have to go back and take some screenshots, kind of look around it, and then we'll do some kind of recreation of it underground here in a junglish kind of setting. So everything over here up to this point has been the desert stuff. Desert fortress, all the rooms inside there, deserty theme. So like I said, what I'm thinking of doing from this point on, it'll take a jungle look. So since we got a big ravine down there, I can kind of use that to my advantage and maybe put in some giant jungle trees down there, some regular ones, lots of vines. We'll see. We'll see what I do here, but that's my goal. Is everything beyond this point here will have that kind of theme. And so as you see, I got lots of buttons. Obviously, 2 buttons are for each block, so only one set of buttons will actually open the door here. I hope I didn't make you all dizzy there. This one's right here. And I did a different kind of door this time. So the other one was kind of with the timing, it pulled it back, and pulled it over. This one is actually a double piston extender. So it's kind of cool. So I can kind of show you real fast. We'll go back here and take a peek at it. Um, it's actually fairly simple considering what it does and some of the other type of things, but it's all about delays and when the different things get the power. And the same thing retracted, and you got and the big thing is to make it so that this one is going to retract twice um, to pull that block back from two base out. Because the first time it gets powered is from here, and you can see this one has no delay. So when it loses power, this is going to lose power first. So it's going to suck the block back in, but it's going to be at this point. The second thing will be this, and you can see it's got a single tick delay, or I mean 2 tick delay because it's got one setting, whereas this has the full. So this is going to be the next one. So it's going to pull that piston back to here, but that block will still be out there. So at that point, this one will then power or unpower, and so it'll actually I think there's a tick or something. It powers it. Oh, it's still powered. Sorry. When this one pulls it back, it's still powered, so it's going to extend just before it loses power, and then it'll pull that block back. So that's how this works. Um, and again, I just got a simple little T flip-flop over here, so it can be controlled by a button, and then that same power coming down here to retract the one up front. So it's a fairly simple little design. I've seen ones that are smaller, but the thing with them is in order to get the block to be able to be pushed out to and pulled back to, this is required. The other ones that I saw, it had the wall put up like a little bit further out. Problem was is you couldn't do what I'm trying to do here. As you can see, you walk in, hang a left, and so you don't see anything. Um, Everything as far as this passageway is invisible, and that's the cool thing. I like how this looks. And again, obviously nothing's here yet, but eventually it'll go out into there, and we'll do something cool. So, not so secret door number 3. And I'm gonna keep trying to come up with other cool little designs and door designs and stuff. Um, so the next thing we got here is I set up a farm, like a sheep farm and livestock farm, holding pens. Nothing's in here yet because until 1.3 comes around and the glitching mobs are fixed, there's no point. I have enough pens to put every color of wool in here, live sheep, so I can just kind of come up and shear them and get wool if I need it. And then this in here is kind of based on something Exuma did on his base back before he switched over to only doing hermitcraft stuff. One of his last projects in the what is that? Atlantis. There we go. His Atlantis thing, and he had the big middle area, and what that was for was there was a bunch of sheep inside here, and if he was doing a big project and needed a lot, then he would just take the dye itself and dye all these sheep in here for one, for a project. That way he could have a lot more, and then the next time you needed it a different color, you just dye it the other color. So we'll put at least 4, 5, 6 in each one of these pens for small amounts of wool, or to just every now and then to come through and collect it all. I thought about doing water to push it out and things like that, but before I get that in technically in depth on stuff, I'd rather wait till we're on the new server. I just that is going to be a lot of work, and I'll do that on the new server when I get my next base set up. And I haven't decided what my next base is going to be like. I may decide to do something similar to this, because if we go with hardcore bucket mode, having water anywhere I want it, it's almost a cheaty way, but it would definitely make it easier to do some of the stuff with BuildCraft, or not BuildCraft, but Better Than Wolves. And the last thing I have to show as far as what I've done for my base is my tree farm. I saw back when we were in my storage area there was quite a bit of wood down there. So I wanted a place to get wood, but I wanted it to be kind of cool looking as well. And I think this definitely fits the bill. So the center area, as you can see, goes down far enough to be able to grow the super big jungle trees with a little bit extra room because I wanted to actually be able to see the ceiling as well. So this is kind of, kind of for visual effect. And you can see going around the outside of the jungle trees, we have our birch trees and then a small little pool down there with some reeds. And then if we get all the way down to the bottom, we'll see that we actually have like a little wall thing going here. And I'm waiting for these stairs, the sandstone stairs, because that is what I would rather this be. So we'll see how this looks and how it works. Um, I wish I was playing better than wolves and could do the half slab sideways. But so far it looks kind of cool. You got your pillars and whatnot. And then on the outside of that is a ring of the regular oak trees. So I have all but the pine tree, which I think are the ugly looking ones. But I can grow them here where I grow the jungle trees. So if I need them, I just basically cut this down and I can plant them here. But doing decent enough on wood right now, so this is more for the look of it. I definitely think it's turned out pretty good. So as I said, that is it for what I've done so far. Oh no, it isn't. I almost forgot. On my last episode, I was getting close to being completed on this, but I don't think I was actually finished. So I will show you my completed wheat farm, and it's actually ready to harvest as well. But that that looks sexy. That is a whole lot of wheat. Um, Another thing I'd planned on doing is I haven't done it yet, but I need to put like some more sandstone down here. I want to prevent the water from running down here because I keep getting drops stuck on the stairs, and I have to go replant it anyway. But it bugs me, so I'll end up doing that. The other thing that has, as was pointed out to me, is water coming down a one block drop will kill whatever it lands on. So if I just go down and turn this thing on, I'm going to lose this row, basically one full row of each one of these. And whatever people were saying was just to put a different type of block down there and not plan on it. But that's to me is still losing space. So whether or not, water kills it or there's a block there, I'd still be losing it. So what I do when I go to actually harvest this is I will go and walk down that first row on each one of these, and I will manually, harvest these, and then I'll go down and flip the switch. Because that one block, because you're talking these are each, I think I did what, 8? Yeah, these are 8 wide, so you're talking 24, 56. I mean, you're talking over 2 stacks of wheat that we're losing, or just under 2 stacks because we already did that over here. But that's a lot of wheat to be given up, and it doesn't take long to just, like I said, walk across there. So I'm going to do that really fast, and then I'm going to come back and we'll go ahead and harvest this. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and put in these blocks. I'll see if that affects getting drops on the pathway here. As you can see, I went ahead and took out the rows here. Oh, I missed some. How on earth did I do that? But as I was saying, I basically got, making sure I didn't lose any more. I think that's it. Okay, good. Yep. Yeah, one full stack and 53 of a second stack. So that's almost 2 stacks of wheat that I would have missed out just by getting rid of that one block. So Now the next part, I'll just let you know right now that pretty much it's gonna go down to about 1 frame. uh, yeah, and that just turned it into a source block, didn't it? That's what we want. Well, even then, I think if I still throw something in here, it's probably just going to sit there, isn't it? Yep. What I need is to have the blocks up there coming down like this and like that. I'll fix that later. Alright. But anyways, so like I said, when I flip this switch, my frames are going to drop down to about 1. So we'll just stand there as we harvest, and there we go. And then as we pick up the drops, of course, then our frame rate will come back. Matter of going and picking up whatever didn't drop, because we seem to still have a bit of lag going. Oh yeah, even with that, we had a bunch of stuff caught up on that. So we'll just kind of, am I full? I am full. All I had in my inventory. Wow, that's a lot of wheat. All right, let me clean all this mess up here, and then I'll come back and I'll give you the tallies of exactly how much we collected. I'm just gonna get rid of the seeds for now because I'm not too worried about counting seeds. So I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so I emptied my inventory of seeds, and I still picked up another 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 stacks. So, as far as wheat goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, just short of 13 stacks of wheat, which is pretty ridiculous. So, that's cool. I'll go ahead and stack my wheat in with the rest of the wheat that I already have in here. Like I said, plenty of wheat, plenty of bread. And then we'll pick up the rest of these seeds. And I'm going to go ahead and plant this real fast. And I will see you again shortly, and we'll take our little nether trip. So, alright, be right back. Alright, harvesting is done. So we will now head into the nether. Still haven't taken out all those furnaces, but they're there for if I ever need to do something. Grab a couple of my speed potions. Make the journey quicker. It's actually quite a large nether area. You can see Blaze Farms 400, Ender Farms 300, Sand Generators another 400. So yeah, it's quite a big nether area we have down here. Each one of the portals here is going to someone else's base. So I'm pretty far out. I'm not the furthest out. I think Morvelaira probably would be, if not the furthest, the close to. And that doesn't even go into her actual base. Like, her portal takes her to a staging point where you then have to get into a boat and then with the boat go out to her actual base, which is pretty cool. And it's one of those ones I plan on seeing eventually. That's the one I'm probably going to do first. And unfortunately, Shu's not on tonight. He's usually on a lot, especially this time of night. But anyway, that's the CraftBench's unique tunnel. Simply's got some work going on. Don't go in there. Here we've got a couple things. Here's a giant nether wart farm, which is pretty cool. Go in there, harvest, replant. I've done that already. That is RenEvo's base over there. But we're not going to go over there because, like I said, I'm not really checking anybody else's out. Plus, it also has a sign over there saying not to record at the moment. So, this is the train station, which I don't have my base hooked up to yet. But even though there's lots of space over here for trains to add, the actual tracks once you get to the outside of this is kind of convoluted and complicated. I haven't been down to there yet. So that's got quite a bit going. RMD's place, best fucking base ever. True story. Okay, so we'll head over here. The farm here, I believe that's over here. This is our the Blaze farm, and it's not one of the high-tech ice cream designs that everyone does. That's of Ethos. And so is I believe the first mob trap of the server, designed by Acatera, and again not his. Whoop, no, not that's Acatera's actual base. I need to go one further. But again, yeah, it wasn't like technically designed by him, but I think I was talking to him about it the other day, and I don't remember exactly whose design it was, but it's fairly simple. It's all manual killing. There's no pistons or anything to bring the blazes down to you or to help kill them. They spawn, drop down. This is this. Oh, BurnsBright. Yeah. Well, we'll see when we get over there in a sec. And then, yeah, it's unfortunately, hopefully somewhere down the road. And then again, now that we're about to get a new server, we probably won't. I'm not gonna hurt you. Not gonna hurt you. I want to, but I'm not. All right. So yeah, so the spawner's up there. You can see it right here, and they drop down into these little areas here, and then you basically walk up and kill them. I think these ones right here is the only spot that has pistons. Yeah. The other side does not, and the center doesn't. So you basically wait for them to spawn, and then you manually kill them. They'll drop down to the sides here. Here one. Where are you gonna drop? I'll kill at least one or two. Maybe. If they drop down. That's the other part about, the only part about this that's kind of frustrating is, first off, I don't think it drops them enough to stop it from spawning. Oh, maybe it does. When they catch up on top, it doesn't. So it seems to be a little bit slower of a spawn rate. There you go. And they can actually shoot you in here if you get in the wrong position. But like I said, for a first mob farm for experience, when you're brand new server, it's actually a pretty good idea. Doesn't take a lot of materials, and you can get your blaze rods for your enchanting table, and not enchanting table, your brewing stand, and or using it for a fuel. So that's all that good stuff. What the heck does that say? If chest empty, or take to end. So over here is our end portal, and I think we'll show that, and then we'll call that good for this episode. And this is the Ender. In my single player, I made a version of this, basically pretty much identical, although they did put in a reset button, which if it were hooked up to a switch, I guess, instead of the button, would actually be able to turn it off, which is something I plan on doing in my single player for my... Is that mine? No. Okay, good. All right. Like, why is it there? I did get a cat, by the way. It's up the top, and it is a cat. Whoa, there's a couple cats. They're breeding. Sorry. Yeah, I did get a cat. So, and a future episode, I'll show him off. But yeah, like I was saying, sorry. The Ender. I did make a version of this, and I've seen versions all over now. The originals by JL something or other. I always forget his name. It's a German server that DocM's highlighted a few times. Same design as pretty much all the other ones on the back. The only difference on all these is kind of the welcome center, or the actual area where you got your enchanting table and chests for your ender pearls and stuff like that. That's kind of where most of these will differ. But the design is basically the same. You can see up there. There's the vines to make sure they all drop at the same speed, so that you can actually get them as one-hit kills. And of course, they're up there standing on some glowstone. Somebody was over here earlier and left behind some experience. I don't mind taking some free experience. I keep telling myself I'm going to bring a thing of glowstone over here one of these days to fix that. Then they got single chest all the way through here for storing your ender pearls, and then with the enchanting room over here. So thanks to that, we got efficiencies and unbreaking, nice fortune 3 with the efficiency unbreaking. So it's nice to have. It's always nice to have a good ender farm for experience, and with all the changes coming up in 1.3, because my guess is we're going to be playing 1.3 on BurpCraft for a bit before we actually move over to a new world and start our Better Than BuildCraft. And that's just because 1.3 is a pretty big change. So right off the bat, Flower Child's got a lot of work to do just to get Better Than Wolves ready. And then once Better Than Wolves is ready, then he's got to go and make all the changes to BuildCraft, and then make the changes to the Better Than BuildCraft, or Better Than BuildCraft. I'm not even sure if you're going to be installing, nice chunk here, if we'll be installing BuildCraft anymore, or if it's just going to be, Better Than Wolves and then Better Than BuildCraft. A lot remains to be seen. Excited about that, but like I said, we'll probably be playing 1.3 for a while. Finally put a bed over here. So yeah, we'll probably be playing 1.3 for a while here. So we'll be able to get probably to our level 30 cap rather quickly at the Enderman farm. So be able to do lots of cool enchants. Alright, so anyway, that is my base. That's a little preview. Little bit of tour for the BurpCraft world. I've basically in here kind of done a lot of work in this section. Haven't gone to that side yet at all, or over there. Oh, I can show you there. Here's where all my furnaces are now. So right now I got a lot of cobble in these, and again, top chests don't open not till I get sandstone stairs, and then I'll be able to come in and put them in upside down in here, and the outside will still have the block for the pyramid, but the inside will then be transparent and openable. So yeah, that'll do it. Don't know when my next BurpCraft episode will be. Again, I'll probably try to put out 2 or 3 of my BuildCraft episodes, and then try and get a bit more done so there's more stuff to show. Because again, I don't plan on doing a lot of building on the BurpCraft episodes yet. When this becomes Better Than BuildCraft at some point, then I'll be doing my normal LP episodes, like you're used to seeing, with showing how I'm doing stuff, my design process and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, yeah, that will that will complete our episode there. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.